Y'all, Sean, I'm about tutoring here, and in this video, I want to talk about very basic factoring of polynomials. Okay, and that means, in other words, you factor a polynomial typically into two binomials. A polynomial, poly means many. A polynomial is many terms. Essentially, it's like an expression that has many terms. So x squared minus 4x minus 5 is a polynomial because it has more than two terms. It has three terms. This is also a polynomial, x 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. This actually is from a previous video that I made about the FOIL method. Now, we're going to factor these just like if you were to factor 35 into 5 times 7. We're going to factor these into two binomials. A binomial has two terms, okay? Now, let's do this first one here. This is an easier one. This is how you want to go about it, okay? Now, first of all, you're going to want to look at this term right here, and then you're going to want to look at this term, this coefficient right here, the coefficient from the middle term. The coefficient is the number that is in front of that middle term, that x term. All right, so this is what you ask yourself. What can I multiply to get -5? And I'm going to color code this because I think that'll make it more clear that I can add or subtract to get -4, the coefficient of that x term. Now let's color code that as well. Okay? Question mark. All right. So and not to be more clear is what factors. So what factors of -5, basically, what can I multiply to get -5 that I can add or subtract to get -4? So the question is, what kind of numbers can you multiply to get it together to get -5? The only factors of -5 are in some kind of way one or itself. So if since it's -5, it would either be -1 times 5 or -5 times 1. Okay? So it's either -1 times 5 or -5 times 1. These are the factors of -5. Now, how can I add or subtract either of these to get -4? Now, if I did 5 plus -1 or 5 minus 1, that's +4. If I do -5 plus 1, it's -4. Okay, so this is what we want. Then what you do from there is you create a binomial. X is always going to be the first term of each. And then you simply plug these in with whatever the sign is on that number. X is, 5 is negative, so we're going to put a -5. 1 is positive, so it's going to be a +1. Okay? And so you have factored this polynomial now. If you want to check it, use the FOIL method to multiply it back through. X squared plus 1x minus 5x, so that'd be -4x, then -5. Now let's do this one here. This one is a little bit different. Now there is a way that you can do this very similar to this method here, but I'm going to show you a different way that actually is a bit more helpful to me. Okay, um, so let me think. Okay, all right. So 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. This is what I do. Okay, let's look at this term right here. Once again, let's color code it. And you want to ask yourself, how can I split the middle term into two terms that will allow me to factor the polynomial. Okay, what in the world do I mean by that? All right, so what I want to do is 7x. Think about this. 7x could be changed to um, 6x plus x. It could be changed to 5x plus 2x. It could be changed to 4x plus 3x. It could be changed to a variety of things. But some kind of way, I can change this in a way that will allow me to factor the whole thing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor this into 6x plus 1x, or 6x plus x. And part of this I already know from doing doing this problem in a previous video. So let me show you what I mean. Now I'm gonna draw a line here. So we keep this problem over here. So I'm gonna rewrite this as 2x squared plus 6x plus x plus 3. Okay? Same exact thing. There's nothing different between this and this except that we wrote the middle term differently. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put parentheses around both of these. Those, and I'm going to put parentheses around here as well. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what I can factor from each of these. Okay? Now, 2x squared plus 6x. I can factor out from this group of parentheses, I can factor out a 2x. In other words, I can divide both of these terms by 2x. So I'm going to bring a 2x out here. And then 2x squared divided by that 2x is just x. 6x divided by that 2x we pulled out is 3. And then from the x plus 3, really I can't factor out anything except for a 1. And then x plus 3. Now notice what happened. So now, if you look at this here, we have this plus this. What else can we factor out from this stage? Each of these groups has an x plus 3 in there. So now let's factor that out. If we factor that out, you have x plus 3. And then in parentheses, when we pull the x plus 3, divide this by x plus 3, that's just 2x. Divide this by x plus 3, that just leaves plus 1. Okay? Now, ideally, you want to make sure you work a lot more problems just to kind of get the hang of this, but I just want to do a quick video to show you how to factor polynomials in these two different kinds of ways. Let me know how helpful this was in the video, and if you have an example of something else that you want me to factor that I can make a video around. But yeah, I hope this was helpful, and I hope y'all have a good one. Hey, thank you for watching this video. If you need math tutoring or you need SAT math help, look in the description to find out how you can sign up today. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you stay in touch with Math Swap Tutoring on YouTube. Have a good one.